Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn a poem from your English book Beehive, that is Rains on the Roof. So from the title of the poem, Rain on the Roof, so we can make out that the poem is about the rain. The poet is telling us about the memories he has of the rain. The sound of the raindrops falling on the roof of his house brings back sweet memories of the past. So today we are going to learn about that in this poem, that is Rain on the Roof. Okay. So in the first stanza, we get many difficult words here. So first is humid. Humid means something which is full of moisture, that is known as humid. Shadows refer to the moisture-laden clouds which cast a shadow on the earth. Then hover. Hover means move around something, that is hover. Melancholy. Melancholy means sad. Bliss. Bliss means happiness. Patter. Patter means the sound of the raindrops falling on the roof. And cottage. Cottage means, cottage chamber means the bedroom. Here the cottage chamber means the bedroom. So in the first stanza, you can see in the first stanza, the poet is saying that when the humid shadows hover. Humid means here, humid shadows means refer to the dark clouds which are full of water. The poet is saying that when the sky is full of these clouds which are moisture laden and which will bring rain, or which is full of water and are about to bring rain. When such clouds hover around the sky, over all the starry spheres refers to the sky at night time, which is full of stars. At that time, a huge clouds which are full of moisture move around in the sky, and the sad darkness of the night is wiped off by the raindrops, which seems like the tears which falling from the sky. The poet is comparing here the raindrops to tears, and he says that the dark sky, which seems to be very sad, it appears as if it is crying, and the raindrops are the tears which shed by it. He adds that it is like a blessing to lie on the bed in his room, in his cottage chamber. Cottage chamber means bedroom. And listen to the sound made by the raindrops which are falling on the roof. So, my dear students, as we know, without the figures of speech, the poetry cannot be think of. So, the poet has here used many figures of speech. So, in stanza 1, he has used alliteration, onomatopoeia, then personification and transferred epithet. The first one, that is alliteration. Alliteration means the repetition of a consonant sound in two or more consecutive words. Like humid hover. So here H sound is repeating. Then starry spheres, S sound is repeating. Then press pillow, P sound is repeating. Then lie listening, L sound is repeating. Like onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia means the use of sound words to create a dramatic effect and auditory imagery, like patter. Patter is the use of sound word. It is the sound made by the raindrops which are falling on the rooftop. Okay. The next one, that is personification. Personification means treating a non-living thing as a living being. For example, darkness has been personified when he says that it is sad. Okay. Then next one, that is transferred epithet. Transform epithet means the use of an adjective with a noun when it refers to another noun. In melancholy darkness, the darkness is not melancholy, but it refers to the sad people. Okay. So in the second stanza, the poet is expressing his feelings when he hears the raindrops which are falling on the rooftop of his house. He says that every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart. Whenever he hears the rain falling on the rooftop, the sound repeats in his heart and also in his dreams. He has many different fanciful imaginations. He adds that the sounds of the rain falling on the rooftop creates many new different dreams in his mind. He recollects many memories of the past which come back into his mind as dreams. So he says that as he listens to the patter of the rain upon the roof, he has many new dreams in his mind. And the memories of the past come back again in the form of dreams. So in the second stanza, we will get many difficult words like tinkle. Tinkle means short, light, ringing sound. Then singles. Singles means rectangular wooden tiles which are used on roofs. Okay. Then echo. Echo means repeated sound. Oof, oof. That is here the thread woven across the loom. Okay. Then patter. Patter means the sound of raindrops which are falling on the roof. Biji Bing. Biji Bing refers here to human beings. The poet is referring to himself as the Biji Bing. Okay. In stanza 2 also, the poet has used many figures of speech. Like first one, that is alliteration. Alliteration, Biji Bing. B sound is repeating here. Their thread, TH sound is repeating here. Rain roof, R sound is repeating here. So the next onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia, tinkle, patter, sound made by the raindrops. Next, that is personification. Personification, as we know children, that treating a non-living thing as a living being. So recollection is personified here when he says that they weave dreams. They weave dreams. And another one, that is the transform epithet. Transform epithet, dreamy fancies. Means it doesn't mean that the fancies are dreamy, but refer to the people who have dreams. Here, some difficult words we will get in the stanza 3, that is add. Add means old poetic word before, which means before. Done. Done means daybreak. Done means daybreak. Then list. List means old poetic word for listen. That is list here. Refrain. Refrain means a repeated part of a song or a poem. Here the sound of the rain. So here the poet introduces his mother. He says that he is dreaming of his mother, as he had told in the previous stanza that the rain brings memories of the past. It is the memory of his mother who is no longer alive, who is dead. In the past, she used to love him a lot. She used to consider him a darling, and she would let him sleep till daybreak and have sweet dreams. The poet can still feel that his mother is looking at him. His mother is looking at him as he listened to the song made by the raindrops which are falling on the rooftop of his room. The sound of the rain makes him correlate his past with his present. That is why the poet was moved by the sound of the raindrops on the shingles of his room. Whenever he hears the sound, it brings back all the memories of the past, and he is reminded of his mother because he loves his mother a lot. So in the third stanza, the poet has used two figures of speech. That is, one is alliteration and another one is onomatopoeia. So alliteration, memory, my mother. So ma sound is repeating here. Darling dreamers, do sound is repeating here. Like onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia, that is patter. Patter, sound of raindrops falling on the shingles of the roof. So here the poet has used two figures of speech. Okay. So next, the theme of the poem. So the theme of the poem is the healing power of rain. The musical sound of raindrops falling on the rooftop at night. has the ability to revive sweet memories and rouse fancies in an otherwise busy mind. The rain that soothes and comforts an overworked mind by taking it back to its lovely past. Some of our best memories in life are associated with rain. Of course, yours also. When certain events happen, long lost memories come flooding back to our mind. Here on a rainy day, the poet is listening to the sound made by the roof, which is made on the roof by the falling raindrops. This pitter-patter sound of the raindrops bring back lost memories of the poet about his mother and her love and affection towards him. The sound of the rain appears to create bliss to the poet. So what kind of message we are getting from this poem? So this poem, Rain on the Roof, conveys the message that rain has the healing power that forms lasting memories in the human mind of the sight, sound, fragrances, and our experiences which are associated with it, especially those involving our loved ones. Rain refreshes and regenerates us and forces us to recollect and relive our past memories. Okay? So my dear students, you have understood this poem.